Hello, welcome to yet another edition of the Sunday News podcast. In this week's edition, we are joined by the City of Bulawayo Deputy Mayor, that is Councillor Mlandu Ncube. Councillor Mlandu Ncube, welcome to Sunday News podcast.
Welcome, thank you very much. Thank you for having me today.
Well, Councillor, the reason why we've got you here is in the recent council budget proposals, your ward, that is Ward 1. I think your residents or your repairs, they'll be paying as much as about 12,000. Is that fair on the repairs?
With the services that they expect, it must be fair. When you look at what councillors proposed to increase and they proposed to do, it will be fair when we deliver services. Because what is important is that after collecting that money, are we going to deliver service as a local authority to the satisfaction of residents? So what is important is delivery of services. And the way people should understand, this is Ward 1 is the central business district. It's very expensive to live in town. So you must pay so that we don't reduce the standards of our ward as a CBD.
But how have been the trends? Like we know people have always been struggling to pay these rates. How have the trends been like, especially this year, 2021? The people that you represent, are they paying?
As for Ward 1, what I can say the paying is close to 45 to 50%. They do pay. The crisis that we are facing, that Ward 1 is made up of residentially and business. I can tell you that most of residentially are paying, but we've got a little bit challenge from the business side. And we have discovered that the business side, most property owners are benefiting from the tenants, and then the intent landlords are not remitting what is due to council. So that's the challenge we've been facing. And other businesses have been affected by the closure, or especially when you talk about people operating sports bars for the past 1.5 years, they have been shut down due to COVID lockdowns. We hope since the government has lifted the ban, they will improve.
But we've not seen, like you're talking about people who have had their businesses affected by these lockdowns, especially people working sports bars and nightclubs. But we've not seen the initiative from you as the councillor for this ward to say that your council maybe have some sort of amnesty for these people when it comes to paying rents. Have you tried pushing something in council along those lines?
Thank you very much. We have not done that. Why? Because we are still operating from 2021 budget year. So it's better that when a new budget year begins, you introduce such a policy so that you can properly calculate how much revenue will be lost and how much will be collected. Definitely we are going to do something for our people who are heavily affected by the lockdown. If we did give our workers, those that were affected, a certain cushion, why are we not cushioning the ones that are paying so that we pay workers?
But you're saying people have been struggling to pay the rates, but then you're proposing an increase of, let's say, 12,000. No, that's rates alone. We're not even talking about water and sewer. How are they going to pay these new rates when they've been struggling? They're talking about around 50% they've been paying. How are they going to pay then these new rates?
It's an unfortunate situation because people need services. That 50% that pays needs services. So then it comes in that when we increase, then we try and cover up, which is not fair. Try and cover up for those that are not paying. But people must know that by not paying, it actually affects the next year's budget, because we try to put a figure that will square up where we're having shortfalls. So we are encouraging our people to try and pay. But the crisis that council is not saying, when your bill is 12,000, come and pay 12,000. We are saying, come and pay something. Don't allow your bill to go for 3 to 4 months without paying. The little that you have, come and pay. But for instance, in the CBD, you go around the shops. People have divided these shops to small let-up units. You go there, you ask a person who is using that let-up unit, will tell you that he's paying close to 120 US a month. You can do a survey. You are members of the media, you can do that. 120 per month per square meter. So you find someone has got more than 10 of those. He's making close to 12,000 a month, and that's, we are talking of your United States dollars, which is how much if you translate that 12,000 to our 12,000 RTGS. So it's especially in the CPT, 3/4 of people are not paying because they don't want to pay, because I know their buildings are making money. But we are saying, please pay before we take drastic measures.
But looking at this 2022 budget, is it people-centered, or council is just about making money? Is it people-friendly, this budget?
I can tell you that when we did this budget, first, we first meet the council officials and councillors. When we met, all of us councillors rejected that increment. But shockingly, when we went to consult residents out there, for instance in my ward, they really adopted that increment. I think the only 2 wards that really said no, which was Ward 11, Emakandeni, and the other one. But the other one refused it, 200 and something, and proposed a certain percentage. So meaning to say, the people that we consulted agreed to increment and they know what they need.
Well, we're always talking about an increase in rates, but there's a decrease in service delivery. Where do we strike the balance now? Because we're always talking about increasing, but if we look at service delivery, I'm sure you'd agree with me that you're also a resident of this city. Service delivery has gone down a lot in this city. Where do you strike a balance between increasing rates and at the same time maintaining service delivery?
I don't agree that service delivery has decreased. Actually, it has increased. If you go around in the CBD here, first of its kind, we have renewed pavements, putting new pavements and removing old ones and putting areas. You go to 12th Avenue there, you find we have areas that were not paved to have paved. That's an increase in service delivery. Something that has never happened since Ian Smith's time. So to me, it's an increase. If you go to Pumla East, Pumla Old, you find that we have changed sewer pipes and we are replacing old meters with new meters. And as for now, I can tell you that council has got close to 55 meter readers that are going to as we speak today. They are reading meters. To me, that's service delivery increment. And even if you check around the state of our roads, yes, they are bad. But you go around, you see us repairing those roads under these difficult situations. You go to Princess Margaret, you are attended by a nurse who gives you a parasite, who gives you primary medical care. So to me, service delivery has not decreased. It has not increased big time, but we have managed to stay afloat.
Well, you raised the issue of meter reading, which has been a big issue over the years. Because council most of the times estimate these bills and the time is not in line with what I'm consuming as a ratepayer. What is being done to address that issue of estimate bills?
The challenge that the issue of meters is we can blame both the consumer and the local authority, because you find that some meters are stolen and who steal those meters. It's our people, it's the community. Who vandalizes that? It's our people, it's the community. But then it becomes a challenge when it's not reported, where local authority can come and replace. I should admit, we have stayed long without replacing meters, but now we are in a process of replacing. I can tell you, Pumla East, Mtumbani and Geta, we're in a process of doing that. And we are saying to residents, that thing of estimation is not coming back, because we've got enough manpower for meter reading, and we've got technology to tell us that the meter reader did not get into that address. So it has come to pass. We will never meet that, unless if you've got big dogs that you don't want our meter readers to come in. But as we move on with technology, we are expecting that we can be able to read your meter while you are seated at town block.
We'll wait for that day, yeah. Then coming to, well, still on the issue of maybe your area, that you represent, because we're looking at mostly the CBD. There's so much debt in the CBD. People are complaining. Go down to the market areas. There's so much debt. What is really going on? Council workers, this council no longer serious about refuse collection, because we go to the market areas, go to the just around the corner from the city hall. There's so much debt. What is being done? That is your area. What is being done to make sure that people are complaining that the CBD itself, Blawa was known for cleanliness, but suddenly there's so much debt. I'm sure you walk around yourself, market areas, the Fifth Avenue, just behind the store car park. There's so much debt. What is being done about that?
You know, when you go outside from here, from this building, you will see a council person sweeping and pushing a trolley. So the issue of addressing the issue of litter is not a council or anyone. It is the attitude. You know, in this country, I think we are the second country from Rwanda in Africa where we've seen the president going out, declaring a certain day, becoming the anti-litter day, where you see the highest office of the president picking litter. It's a sign that every institution in this country is fighting against litter. So picking litter does not help us clean the city. What is the challenge now with the people is to change their attitude towards litter. So we try our best to collect garbage. Well, we do face some challenges here and there, as we are talking about rates. Most people pay in RTGS. You know, it's very difficult to get RTGS fuel and space. So we do have some breakdowns. But I can tell you, our cleansing department, it's working hard. If you go every corner here, you see our guys. But the challenge is have we reached a time where we are saying anti-litter in our brains? So if the community unite, there is a guy called Donderai Shoko who is doing keep Bulawayo clean. The guy, I think he has cleaned for 16, I think today we should be in 1,700 something days. But what are we doing as a community? We must introduce those lessons that used to happen in primary schools about litter. So I think we should deal with the attitude rather than dealing with what local authorities must do.
And lastly, Councillor Ncube, you simply spoke about the issue of having double-story houses in the estate suburbs. What's the thinking behind that?
The thinking is that, do you know, we have got people who feel like, I grew up in Makoko, why should I move? And I'm against that matter. I think that Makoko raises a billionaire, and a billionaire then goes to build Benza. Why are we not adding value to Makoko? Let's develop our Makokoba. Let's develop nice houses in Makokoba. Let's bring wealth down to a black person that we fought for in 1980, that we gained independence in 1980. Why do you take talent that was grown in Makoko? What is the billionaire? Because no one stayed in Benside in 1980.
But where is the value in if I go and build a dormitory in Kanwini where I grew up? Where is the value in that? If 5 of you then do those dub stories, then there is value. So let's build our own economy, and also it will promote township tourism. It will promote that, and I think it's a good way. It's a good move. I think we are the only country that don't do that. Go to South Africa, Cosmo, you see huge buildings. Go to Soweto, you see huge buildings. Why are we not doing it? Actually, go to Plant in Mangwe, go to Cholocho. You see those double stories. You see those amazing houses there. So why are we not building them here? Well, we could go on the whole day. That was City of Bulawayo Deputy Mayor Councillor Mlandu Ncube. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Sunday News Zimba. We're there on Facebook. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, Sunday News Zimbabwe, and of course our website www.sundaynews.co.zw. Keep on clicking on that website for the latest news about the city of Bulawayo and of course what's happening in Zimbabwe and the world over.